Picture this. You're carrying around a copy of the Iliad by Homer, and someone asks, "What's the point of reading that old thing? Does it have any practical utility?" The perfect response? Thankfully, none whatsoever. We live in a world obsessed with immediate practicality. Every subject, every book, every moment has to justify its existence by answering one question. But what's it for? And when it comes to reading the classics, Homer, Shakespeare, Jane Austen, this utilitarian mindset completely misses the point. Today I want to make the case that the classics are worth reading precisely because they are not useful in the way our culture defines usefulness. When we demand that everything be immediately practical, we end up with a diet of nothing but fast food. Sure, a protein bar might give you quick energy, but would you want to live on protein bars for the rest of your life? Tracy Lee Simmons puts it beautifully in Climbing Parnassus. The world could do with fewer scholars and more cultivated people. We've become experts at producing specialists who know more and more about less and less. But we've forgotten how to create human beings who are deeply cultivated. The classics don't make you better at your job next week. They don't boost your quarterly earnings. They don't help you optimize your morning routine. So what do the classics accomplish? Martin Cawthron explains that classical education is the cultivation of wisdom, virtue, and taste through meditation on the good, the true, and the beautiful. That's not utility. That's transformation. When you read the Odyssey, you're not just learning about ancient Greek culture, you're wrestling with questions about loyalty, home, and what it means to be human. These aren't problems you solve and move on from. They're mysteries you live with your entire life. Joshua Gibbs argues that a classical education isn't about finding your passion. It's about learning to love the right things in the right way. The classics have survived not because they're trendy, but because generation after generation has found them worthy of preservation. These books are the survivors of centuries of cultural filtering. The fact that the Iliad made it through 2,800 years of wars, fires, and changing fashions means something. It earned its place through pure endurance. Looking at a copy of War and Peace can feel like staring up at Mount Everest with a twisted ankle. Here's the secret. You don't have to climb the whole mountain on your first hike. Start with shorter classics. The Great Gatsby is a classic that takes an afternoon. Audiobooks and podcasts can also make classics indefinitely more accessible. Listening to the Iliad while you're driving transforms your commute into something Homer himself would recognize, the ancient tradition of hearing epic stories told aloud. Podcasts like Classical Stuff You Should Know or Classical Etc. from Memoria Press act like having an on-demand book club, explaining context and helping you catch things you might miss. A quick search will often turn up more specialized podcasts focused on specific authors or individual works. The most important things in life, love, beauty, virtue, meaning, can't be measured in terms of immediate utility. A sunset doesn't improve your productivity. A beautiful piece of music doesn't advance your career. A child's laugh doesn't contribute to GDP. Yet these are experiences that make life worth living. The classics are the same way. They're not useful, they're necessary, not for what you do, but for who you become. So next time someone questions the practicality of reading old books, remember, the best things in life, friendship, beauty, love, wisdom, have never been practical. They've been essential. Pick up a classic this week, not because it's useful, but because you're human. And being human is reason enough. What classic will you read next? Let me know in the comments below.